Hello. I thought I'd do just an update on this waste oil burner. Been really good. I had got to service it once in a while. This copper pipe where it drips in is still original, but it's slowly kind of disintegrating on the tip. And I've gone through, I don't know, 3 or 4 dog dishes. I've started buying mixing bowls because they seem to be a little bit heavier gauge. And so I have these in there. One's clamshelled like this. I have a bigger dish in there right now than this one, and then the air pipe comes through a hole in the side and a hole in this, and then I drip the hot oil right on top of that. First I start it with some diesel and gasoline and blow air into it. I've also seemed to have found that it seems like everyone says to give it all the air it can handle, and I think that a little too much can cool the dish so it doesn't burn as hot. So I found that doing some restriction, just depending on how it sounds, I chuck the air with the cardboard here. This thing's been getting so hot that I started to melt this. That's kind of new this year, that I've just kind of found better ways to do things. On this bowl, the inner bowl, on the one that's in there now, I did cuts in the sides, like a bunch of holes around it, to let the air out, because I used to just let it out the bottom, but I think that's kind of helped improve. I quit hose clamping them to the pipe and just let them sit in there now. It's just less work, and plus you can move it around with the poker or something. This is working pretty well with just a fan right there. Obviously I got one on the ceiling to move air, and this is a new addition recently. That's an 8-inch pipe over the 6-inch. I'm sure there's better ways to do this, but this is just inexpensive and easy. I just got it screwed to the back here. It's not centered or anything, and then it runs like 8 feet, and then I put just a little cap right there to kind of slow the airflow from going out the top. And then this is carb to cool the air, because what I got coming out of there is so freaking hot. So I put some carbs on it, and then dump it into this fan right here and blow it at my desk. And it's pretty dang warm still. I melted a few fans in process of testing with it. I had a couple duct fans, and granted, if I'd blown it from the other side and it came out the top, it would have worked well, but I didn't want to start all over. And not only that, but if I put one on the bottom, then it's real close to the heat source, and you got to worry about heat down there from instead of sucking heat into it, I'd be too close to the heat source. There's ways. This was just where I wanted it. I wanted the fan pulling. So this works pretty good. This is just an old fan I had laying around, and I'll bet you that's about 110 or 20 degrees coming off just the bottom of this fan. Of course, the top is just sucking air, but it helps cool it, because that air coming out of that pipe is way hot in here, and it's working pretty good. I just did that yesterday. I melted a couple other duct fans trying it inside. Anyways, obviously my heat gauge is lower than you would want it, but being that there's a fan blowing directly at the barrel, I'm sure it's affecting the gauge. I can't put it up here because I have that scavenging system on it, but boy, it works. That was worth it. I only paid like $7 for this one, and I don't know, more for that bigger one, but wasn't a lot of money. Cheap. I'm always trying to do it inexpensive, but I still want it to last. But here's how it's looking now. Just cranking away. Looks a little dirty. I could probably add a little bit more air now. Let me give it full air so to see what it does. Woohoo! Yeah, I think this, I'm pouring enough oil. It's about as high as I ever turn it up as far as the oil stream, so I think we could, now she's good and hot, it's time to give her full air. But man, it hurts just sitting here. This thing is painful. This door and the handle gets so hot that you can't really touch it without getting burnt. I usually wear gloves. Yeah, this thing is hot. Let's see what the old temp gauge will even read the door here. Oh, come on. 711 degrees on the door, it says. Yep. Anyway, works great. And this is all the oil I'm streaming in there. I don't filter it or anything. See if I can catch that on camera. Just that stream. Hard to see. Oh yeah, there's a kind of see it there. Anyway, that's about as maximum I think that I'd ever pour into it. I had the county give me about 7 barrels of oil, so I'm stocked for a couple of years. Anyway, force out.